Alright guys, working for one of America's largest retail chains, I am amazed sometimes at the things people will pay with. So what you have in front of you right here is 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes proof presidential dollar. Not just a regular president dollar, which I don't really care for. I don't think there's much value in those. I've heard that they can't get rid of them, as fast as they're making them, so I don't know. I have a ton of those. My mom is like obsessed with those, so I have a ton of them. But anyways, this is a proof. I found it in one of the drawers I went on. I didn't wait on this person, but I just found it in the drawer. I immediately knew it was a proof, and I immediately bought it, right? So, the funny thing about this is, I was telling the cashier, it's like, wow, this is a proof dollar. You don't see these every day. And then the customer that they were waiting on said, oh, those? I have a ton of those at my house. And I'm thinking, no, you don't have a ton of proofs at your house. I'm almost certain of that. So the average person doesn't know much about these things, and not to sound smug or elitist, that's just the way it is, right? But I encourage everybody to figure these things out, and I encourage everybody to learn. So I'm not trying to sound smug, it's just, there's still a lot of things I need to learn, right? So, 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes proof presidential dollar somebody paid with. But this isn't even the point of the video. The next thing I have is much rarer and much, much cooler. Okay, so let me set the story for this as I keep Mr. Rutherford up on the screen there. So this guy was paying with some money. His total was about $35 or so, whatever it was. So I could see in the stack of bills he had the corner, one of the corners of 5, an old style 5 peeking out. I could see the old style of 5 in the top left or right corner, whatever, sticking out. And I'm like, that's an older bill. So that could be 1988, 1990, I think. I think 1990 used the same style. I don't know. Or it could be something much older than that. And luckily this was something much older than that. So he hands over the money. I'm about ready to cash him out, and I get a look at the bill. And I am freaking out. Because this is just the strangest thing. This is just totally awesome. I'm just freaking out. And so then the guy says, oh, I need to get one more thing. So he adds one more thing to his order. And he hands me over a couple more dollars. Okay, fine. And then he's like, oh, I need to get one more thing in addition to that. And I'm thinking, oh no, this guy better not retract his money and give me just 220s or something. He better not. Because I know what this bill is, and I'll be pissed if I don't get this. But I'm not the kind of guy who's going to ask people like that. I'm not going to cheat him. Because if I tell the guy, hey, could I get that bill off of you? He's not going to accept $5 for it. He might just say, screw it, I'm going to take it home and I'm going to see what the value is and blah, blah, blah. Or he might say, okay, I'll sell it to you for 10 or 15 bucks. But I don't want to have to pay over face value for it. Because then I'm losing money technically on this, and I don't want to do that. That's why I don't buy things off of eBay. I don't go to coin shows, etc., etc. The stuff that I get is all found in my drawer, in my friend's change or something. So let me show you what this man paid me with. Let me get Rutherford out of the way here. Look at this, folks. Let me zoom out. Let me get this all focused and everything here. A Series 1953B United States Note Red Seal with the serial number C508887776. So take a look at that. I'm just amazed at the things people will pay with in a retail setting such as the one I work at. Not a bank. I could see a bank, somebody turning this money in, but somebody just paid with this, which I think is astounding. Okay, so let me show you the back. Because the backs on these, they have a different color green than your average bill from these older ones. Like, they have that brilliant type of, more brilliant green on them. So there's the back of the bill. Let me switch this back to the front. So we have here, like I said, a 1953B United States Note Red Seal. So this is crazy to be paid with. Now these are, from what I understand, not super valuable, but they are kind of rare. You don't see them every day, definitely. So the difference between a United States note and what we have today are Federal Reserve notes. As somebody I know was explaining to me, the Federal Reserve notes are issued from the Federal Reserve banks, which are not owned by the U.S. government. They're issued by them at interest to the government, essentially. But a United States note, such as this one, was created by the Treasury, issued at interest as a loan to the United States. So it's a little bit different in the way it's issued. And that might not be the exact story. I asked the guy and he said it's complicated, but a basic rundown was something similar to that. And another thing to notice about this bill is if you take a modern bill, I have a 2006 $5 bill in front of me right here, the wording says Federal Reserve note at the top, and it says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. But if you take a look at this $5 bill here with the red seal, it says at the top United States note, and then it has different wording. It says this note is a legal excuse me folks, this note is a legal tender for at its face value for all debts, public and private. So the wording is a bit different. So on the modern 5 it said this note is legal tender, but on the United States note it says this note is a legal tender at its face value for all debts, public and private. So it specifies at its face value, which, if I had to guess, would mean it's not really backed by anything, so to speak. Like a silver certificate, it's backed by silver. These modern notes are backed by the Federal Reserve, right? So this says at its face value. It doesn't specify anything, but this is just $5, right? And it also says this is a legal tender, meaning it's not the legal tender, it's just one legal tender you can use, if I'm understanding that wording correctly. But yeah, so here you have a 1953B United States note that somebody paid me with. And I'm just amazed at the things people pay with. So recently I bought a Rutherford B. Hayes 2011 Proof President Dollar out of the drawer, which is pretty cool. Not super valuable, worth maybe $3, $4, whatever. But it's just a nice thing to find, the monotony of seeing so many presidential dollars that I just don't care about. And then to finally see a proof, that is pretty good. And then right here, folks, the find of the day. Hell, this might be the find of my month. I haven't been finding a whole lot. I've been finding some things that are close. I've been finding a couple ones that are close to a super radar. I have another video I need to put up there showing a bunch of recent bill finds, but I'm having trouble editing the video. I had to record in 2 separate parts because my camera can only record 10 minutes at a time for some reason, so it got cut off, and then I had to stitch the video together, and I got to get the audio fixed. So once I can, I'll get that video up, but this video is going to be under 10 minutes. I know I have a tendency to ramble on in these videos that I'm making, but I mean, at the very least, if you just want to see what I found, it's right there. I'm not like gonna, cheat you out of finding something cool. I just might ramble for 10 minutes about stuff you might not care about. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, folks. 1953 Red Seal United States Note $5 bill. Thank you for watching.